Question 1. What battle in 1314 was a significant victory for the Scots under Robert the Bruce against the English? A. The Battle of Falkirk. B. The Battle of Stirling Bridge. C. The Battle of Bannockburn. D. The Battle of Agincourt. Answer: C. The Battle of Bannockburn. The Battle of Bannockburn in 1314 was a significant victory for the Scots under Robert the Bruce against the English, establishing Scotland's independence for over a century. Question 2. Name the war fought between the houses of Lancaster and York for the English throne in the 15th century. A. The 100 Years' War. B. The War of the Roses. C. The English Civil War. D. The War of the Three Kingdoms. Answer: B. The War of the Roses. The War of the Roses was fought between the houses of Lancaster and York for the English throne in the 15th century. Question 3. What was the primary purpose of the Domesday Book, commissioned by William the Conqueror? A. To record the aftermath of the Black Death. B. To serve as the first English legal code. C. To assess the extent of the land and resources for taxation. D. To document the Norman conquest of England. Answer: C. To assess the extent of the land and resources for taxation. The Domesday Book was commissioned by William the Conqueror to assess the extent of the land and resources owned in England for taxation purposes. Question 4. Who was the first female police officer in the UK with full powers of arrest, appointed in 1915? A. Edith Smith. B. Margaret Damer Dawson. C. Catherine Crompton. D. Joan Locke. Answer: A. Edith Smith. Edith Smith was the first female police officer in the UK with full powers of arrest, appointed in 1915. Question 5. What significant event in 1534 led to the establishment of the Church of England, separate from the Catholic Church? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The Act of Supremacy. C. The Battle of Bosworth Field. D. The Black Death. Answer: B. The Act of Supremacy. The Act of Supremacy in 1534 led to the establishment of the Church of England, separate from the Catholic Church, with the King as its head. Question 6. During which reign was the Act of Union between England and Wales passed, effectively integrating Wales into the Kingdom of England? A. Elizabeth I. B. Henry VIII. C. Edward I. D. James I. Answer: B. Henry VIII. The Act of Union between England and Wales was passed during the reign of Henry VIII, effectively integrating Wales into the Kingdom of England. Question 7. What was the primary reason for the Peasants' Revolt in 1381? A. Religious reform. B. A demand for the abolition of serfdom. C. Opposition to the marriage of Mary, Queen of Scots. D. Protests against the poll tax. Answer: D. Protests against the poll tax. The primary reason for the Peasants' Revolt in 1381 was protests against the imposition of a poll tax. Question 8. Which British explorer was the first to circumnavigate the globe in the 16th century? A. Christopher Columbus. B. Ferdinand Magellan. C. Sir Francis Drake. D. James Cook. Answer: C. Sir Francis Drake. Sir Francis Drake was the first British explorer to circumnavigate the globe in the 16th century. Question 9. In what year was the Slave Trade Act, banning the slave trade within the British Empire enacted? A. 1601, B. 1707, C. 1807, D. 1833. Answer: C. 1807. The Slave Trade Act, banning the slave trade within the British Empire, was enacted in 1807. Question 10. What treaty in 1706 paved the way for the creation of the Kingdom of Great Britain? A. The Treaty of Versailles, B. The Treaty of Utrecht, C. The Treaty of Union, D. The Treaty of Paris. Answer: C. The Treaty of Union. The Treaty of Union in 1706 paved the way for the creation of the Kingdom of Great Britain the following year. Question 11. Which king signed the Charter of the Forest in 1217, re-establishing rights for free men which had been eroded by the Crown? A. King John, B. King Henry III, C. King Edward I, D. King Richard I. Answer: B. King Henry III. King Henry III signed the Charter of the Forest in 1217, re-establishing rights for free men which had been eroded by the Crown. Question 12. Who was the Prime Minister of the UK at the start of the First World War? A. David Lloyd George, B. Winston Churchill, C. Herbert Henry Asquith, D. Stanley Baldwin. Answer: C. Herbert Henry Asquith. Herbert Henry Asquith was the Prime Minister of the UK at the start of the First World War. Question 13. What is the significance of the Battle of Britain in 1940? A. It marked the beginning of the British Empire's expansion. B. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. C. It was the final battle of the First World War. D. It led to the invention of radar. Answer: B. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. The Battle of Britain in 1940 is significant as the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. Question 14. What historic document, signed in 1701, ensured the Protestant succession to the English throne? A. The Magna Carta, B. The Bill of Rights, C. The Act of Settlement, D. The Act of Union. Answer: C. The Act of Settlement. The Act of Settlement, signed in 1701, ensured the Protestant succession to the English throne. Question 15. What was the main cause of the English Reformation in the 16th century? A. Political conflict with France, B. Henry VIII's desire for a male heir, C. The influence of the Renaissance, D. Economic instability in England. Answer: B. Henry VIII's desire for a male heir. The main cause of the English Reformation in the 16th century was Henry VIII's desire for a male heir, which led to his break with the Catholic Church. Question 16. Name the series of conflicts that took place between 1642 and 1651, fundamentally changing the political landscape of England. A. The War of the Roses, B. The 100 Years' War, C. The English Civil War, D. The Glorious Revolution. Answer: C. The English Civil War. The series of conflicts that took place between 1642 and 1651, fundamentally changing the political landscape of England, is known as the English Civil War. Question 17. In what year did the Great Reform Act, which reformed the British parliamentary system, get passed? A. 1832, B. 1867, C. 1928, D. 1945. Answer A. 1832. The Great Reform Act, which reformed the British parliamentary system, was passed in 1832. Question 18. Who was the reigning monarch during the Victorian era, marked by industrial expansion and empire building? A. Queen Victoria. B. Queen Elizabeth I. C. King George III. D. King Edward VII. Answer A. Queen Victoria. The reigning monarch during the Victorian era, marked by industrial expansion and empire building, was Queen Victoria. Question 19. What catastrophic event struck London in 1665, 1 year before the Great Fire? A. The Black Death. B. The Great Plague. C. The Blitz. D. The London Flood. Answer B. The Great Plague. The catastrophic event that struck London in 1665, 1 year before the Great Fire, was the Great Plague. Question 20. What name is given to the mass migration of English Puritans to the Americas in the 17th century? A. The Great Expedition. B. The Pilgrim Fathers. C. The Great Migration. D. The Puritan Exodus. Answer C. The Great Migration. The mass migration of English Puritans to the Americas in the 17th century is known as the Great Migration. Question 21. Who was the British Prime Minister who played a key role in the formation of the United Nations? A. Winston Churchill. B. Clement Attlee. C. Neville Chamberlain. D. Margaret Thatcher. Answer A. Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill played a key role in the formation of the United Nations, contributing to its founding charter and principles during and after World War II. Question 22. What is the oldest university in England, and in what year was it founded? A. University of Oxford, founded in 1096. B. University of Cambridge, founded in 1209. C. University of London, founded in 1836. D. University of Manchester, founded in 1824. Answer A. University of Oxford, founded in 1096. The University of Oxford is the oldest university in England, with evidence of teaching as far back as 1096. Question 23. The Magna Carta was reissued in which king's reign to reassert the rule of law? A. King John. B. King Henry III. C. King Edward I. D. King Richard I. Answer B. King Henry III. The Magna Carta was reissued in King Henry III's reign to reassert the rule of law and limit the powers of the monarchy. Question 24. Which landmark legal document, passed in 1689, outlines the rights and liberties of the individual and limits the powers of the monarch? A. The Magna Carta. B. The Charter of Liberties. C. The Bill of Rights. D. The Act of Settlement. Answer C. The Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights, passed in 1689, outlines the rights and liberties of the individual and limits the powers of the monarch, establishing a constitutional monarchy. Question 25. What was the primary objective of the Enclosure Acts in England? A. To consolidate small landholdings into larger farms. B. To reduce the population of rural areas. C. To increase the production of wool. D. To protect common rights of way. Answer A. To consolidate small landholdings into larger farms. The primary objective of the Enclosure Acts was to consolidate small landholdings into larger, more productive farms. Question 26. Who was the English monarch during the Armada of 1588? A. Elizabeth I. B. Henry VIII. C. James I. D. Mary I. Answer A. Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I was the monarch during the Spanish Armada's attempted invasion in 1588. Question 27. Name the act that abolished the death penalty for murder in Great Britain in 1965. A. The Homicide Act. B. The Murder, Abolition of Death Penalty Act. C. The Capital Punishment Act. D. The Criminal Justice Act. Answer B. The Murder, Abolition of Death Penalty Act. The Murder, Abolition of Death Penalty Act of 1965 abolished the death penalty for murder in Great Britain. Question 28. What was the purpose of the Tolpuddle martyrs in the 1830s? A. To campaign for the right to vote. B. To form one of the first trade unions. C. To protest against the Enclosure Acts. D. To oppose the Poor Law Amendment Act. Answer B. To form one of the first trade unions. The Tolpuddle martyrs were agricultural workers who formed one of the first trade unions, leading to their arrest and transportation. Question 29. During which monarch's reign did the British Empire reach its peak, encompassing territories on every continent? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George III. C. Queen Elizabeth II. D. King Edward VII. Answer A. Queen Victoria. During Queen Victoria's reign, the British Empire reached its peak, encompassing territories on every continent. Question 30. What was the primary focus of the Chartists' movement in the 19th century? A. To reform the agricultural system. B. To gain political rights for women. C. To secure parliamentary reform and universal male suffrage. D. To abolish the monarchy. Answer C. To secure parliamentary reform and universal male suffrage. The Chartists' movement focused on securing parliamentary reform and universal male suffrage. Question 31. Who were the main combatants in the Wars of the Roses? A. The House of Lancaster and the House of York. B. The House of Tudor and the House of Stuart. C. The House of Windsor and the House of Hanover. D. The House of Plantagenet and the House of Normandy. Answer A. The House of Lancaster and the House of York. The main combatants in the Wars of the Roses were the House of Lancaster and the House of York. Question 32. What major construction was completed under the reign of William I to solidify Norman power in England? A. The Tower of London. B. Hadrian's Wall. C. Stonehenge. D. The Palace of Westminster. Answer A. The Tower of London. The Tower of London was a major construction completed under the reign of William I to solidify Norman power in England. Question 33. Which British monarch faced the Spanish Armada in 1588? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. King Henry VIII. C. Queen Victoria. D. King James I. Answer A. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I faced the Spanish Armada in 1588, marking a significant victory for England. Question 34. What significant agricultural development occurred in Britain between the 16th and 19th centuries? A. The Green Revolution. B. The Agricultural Revolution. C. The Industrial Revolution. D. The Technological Revolution. Answer B. The Agricultural Revolution. The Agricultural Revolution, which saw significant advancements in farming techniques and productivity, occurred in Britain between the 16th and 19th centuries. Question 35. In which year was the National Health Service, NHS, established? A. 1948. B. 1958. C. 1968. D. 1978. Answer A. 1948. The National Health Service, NHS, was established in 1948, providing healthcare services funded by the government. Question 36. Who led the parliamentary forces during the English Civil War? A. Oliver Cromwell. B. Charles I. C. Winston Churchill. D. Henry VIII. Answer A. Oliver Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell led the parliamentary forces during the English Civil War. Question 37. Name the landmark case in 1772 that was a significant step towards the abolition of slavery in the British Empire. A. Plessy v. Ferguson. B. Somerset v. Stewart. C. Brown v. Board of Education. D. Marbury v. Madison. Answer B. Somerset v. Stewart. Somerset v. Stewart in 1772 was a significant legal case that helped to set the stage for the abolition of slavery within the British Empire. Question 38. What major social and political upheaval occurred in France while George III was King of Britain? A. The American Revolution. B. The French Revolution. C. The Industrial Revolution. D. The Glorious Revolution. Answer B. The French Revolution. The French Revolution, a major social and political upheaval, occurred while George III was King of Britain. Question 39. Who was the first Briton to win the Nobel Prize in Literature, and in what year? A. Rudyard Kipling in 1907. B. William Golding in 1983. C. Doris Lessing in 2007. D. Kazuo Ishiguro in 2017. Answer A. Rudyard Kipling in 1907. Rudyard Kipling was the first Briton to win the Nobel Prize in Literature, awarded in 1907. Question 40. What was the primary reason for the formation of the Labour Party in the UK? A. To support women's suffrage. B. To promote environmental conservation. C. To represent the working class. D. To advocate for the abolition of the monarchy. Answer C. To represent the working class. The primary reason for the formation of the Labour Party in the UK was to represent the interests and rights of the working class. Question 41. Who was the last monarch of the House of Hanover? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George III. C. Queen Elizabeth II. D. King Edward VII. Answer A. Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was the last monarch of the House of Hanover. Question 42. In what year did women in the UK get the vote on the same terms as men? A. 1918. B. 1928. C. 1938. D. 1948. Answer B. 1928. Women in the UK gained the right to vote on the same terms as men in 1928. Question 43. What was the Beveridge Report, and why was it significant? A. A document that proposed the establishment of the welfare state. B. A report detailing British losses in World War II. C. A study on the effects of industrial pollution. D. A financial plan for post-war economic recovery. Answer: A. A document that proposed the establishment of the welfare state. The Beveridge Report was significant for laying the groundwork for the welfare state in the UK, including the establishment of the National Health Service. Question 44. Which Act of Parliament, passed in 1701, was designed to secure the Protestant succession to the throne? A. The Act of Settlement. B. The Magna Carta. C. The Bill of Rights. D. The Act of Union. Answer: A. The Act of Settlement. The Act of Settlement was passed in 1701 to ensure that the English throne would remain with the Protestant House of Hanover. Question 45. What was the purpose of the Diggers, or True Levellers, movement in the 17th century? A. To reform the Church of England. B. To promote gender equality. C. To establish communal ownership of land. D. To abolish the monarchy. Answer: C. To establish communal ownership of land. The Diggers, or True Levellers, aimed to reform the social order with a form of agrarian socialism that included communal ownership of land. Question 46. Who is credited with inventing the World Wide Web, and in what year? A. Alan Turing in 1950. B. Tim Berners-Lee in 1989. C. Bill Gates in 1975. D. Steve Jobs in 1976. Answer: B. Tim Berners-Lee in 1989. Tim Berners-Lee is credited with inventing the World Wide Web in 1989, revolutionizing the way information is shared and accessed. Question 47. What landmark event in 1953 was the first to be televised in the UK? A. The moon landing. B. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. C. The end of World War II. D. The opening of the National Theatre. Answer: B. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953 was the first major event to be televised in the UK, marking a milestone in broadcasting history. Question 48. Name the agreement signed in 1998 that is significant for its role in the peace process in Northern Ireland. A. The Belfast Agreement. B. The Edinburgh Agreement. C. The Anglo-Irish Treaty. D. The Treaty of Versailles. Answer: A. The Belfast Agreement, also known as the Good Friday Agreement. It played a crucial role in the peace process in Northern Ireland. Question 49. Which queen reigned during the time of the Spanish Armada and is known for her speech at Tilbury? A. Queen Mary I. B. Queen Elizabeth I. C. Queen Victoria. D. Queen Anne. Answer: B. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I reigned during the time of the Spanish Armada and is famous for her motivational speech to the troops at Tilbury. Question 50. What was the main contribution of the Factory Acts during the Industrial Revolution? A. They introduced the minimum wage. B. They regulated the hours of work for children and women. C. They abolished child labour. D. They established health and safety standards in workplaces. Answer: B. They regulated the hours of work for children and women. The Factory Acts were a series of laws that aimed to improve conditions for workers, particularly children and women, by regulating their hours of work during the Industrial Revolution. Question 51. In which year was the Bank of England established? A. 1649, B. 1694, C. 1759, D. 1821. Answer: B. 1694. The Bank of England was established in 1694, making it one of the oldest central banks in the world. Question 52. Who was the first Prime Minister of Great Britain to serve under Queen Elizabeth II? A. Winston Churchill, B. Clement Attlee, C. Harold Wilson, D. Margaret Thatcher. Answer: A. Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was the first Prime Minister to serve under Queen Elizabeth II, beginning his second term shortly after her ascension to the throne. Question 53. What pivotal battle in 1066 led to Norman control of England? A. The Battle of Hastings, B. The Battle of Agincourt, C. The Battle of Trafalgar, D. The Battle of Britain. Answer: A. The Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 was a pivotal moment that led to Norman control of England. Question 54. Which king is associated with the Royal Charter of the British East India Company in 1600? A. King Henry VIII, B. Queen Elizabeth I, C. King James I, D. King Charles II. Answer: B. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I granted the Royal Charter to the British East India Company in 1600, allowing it to trade in the East Indies. Question 55. What is the name of the reform that extended voting rights to more men in Britain in 1832? A. The Reform Act of 1832, B. The Magna Carta, C. The People's Charter of 1838, D. The Suffrage Act of 1907. Answer: A. The Reform Act of 1832. The Reform Act of 1832, also known as the First Reform Act, significantly extended voting rights in Britain, marking the start of a series of electoral reforms. Question 56. Name the 19th century legislation that aimed to improve living conditions in urban areas by addressing public health issues. A. The Clean Air Act, B. The Public Health Act of 1848, C. The Factory Acts, D. The Poor Law Amendment Act. Answer: B. The Public Health Act of 1848. The Public Health Act of 1848 was a key piece of legislation aimed at improving living conditions in urban areas by addressing public health issues. Question 57. Who was the British monarch during the American Declaration of Independence? A. King George III, B. Queen Victoria, C. King Henry VIII, D. King James I. Answer: A. King George III. King George III was the British monarch during the American Declaration of Independence in 1776. Question 58. What was the primary aim of the suffragettes in the early 20th century? A. To gain equal employment rights for women, B. To secure the right to vote for women, C. To promote educational opportunities for women, D. To abolish the monarchy. Answer: B. To secure the right to vote for women. The primary aim of the suffragettes was to secure the right to vote for women through militant and non-militant means. Question 59. Name the series of agreements in 1985 that gave the UK a rebate on its contributions to the EU budget. A. The Maastricht Treaty. B. The Fontainebleau Agreement. C. The Lisbon Treaty. D. The Brussels Accord. Answer B. The Fontainebleau Agreement. The Fontainebleau Agreement in 1985 resulted in the UK receiving a rebate on its contributions to the then European Community, now EU, budget. Question 60. Who discovered penicillin in 1928, marking the beginning of modern antibiotics? A. Alexander Fleming. B. Marie Curie. C. Isaac Newton. D. Charles Darwin. Answer A. Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928, which marked the beginning of the era of modern antibiotics. Question 61. What major event in 1997 significantly changed the governance structure of the United Kingdom? A. The signing of the Maastricht Treaty. B. The establishment of the Welsh Assembly and Scottish Parliament. C. The Good Friday Agreement. D. The UK's entry into the European Union. Answer B. The establishment of the Welsh Assembly and Scottish Parliament. In 1997, referendums led to the establishment of the Welsh Assembly and Scottish Parliament, significantly changing the governance structure of the United Kingdom. Question 62. Name the act that officially abolished the slave trade in the British Empire in 1807. A. The Emancipation Proclamation. B. The Slave Trade Act. C. The Abolition of Slavery Act. D. The Freedom Act. Answer B. The Slave Trade Act. The Slave Trade Act of 1807 officially abolished the slave trade in the British Empire. Question 63. Which British Prime Minister is known for his role in establishing the welfare state after World War II? A. Winston Churchill. B. Clement Attlee. C. Margaret Thatcher. D. Tony Blair. Answer B. Clement Attlee. Clement Attlee, who served as Prime Minister after World War II, is known for his role in establishing the welfare state, including the National Health Service. Question 64. In what year did the Battle of Agincourt take place, and what was its significance? A. 1066. B. 1215. C. 1415. D. 1588. Answer C. 1415. The Battle of Agincourt took place in 1415 and was significant for its demonstration of the effectiveness of the English longbow, leading to a major victory for England in the 100 Years' War against France. Question 65. Who was the leader of the Liberal Party who became Prime Minister and introduced social welfare reforms in the early 20th century? A. David Lloyd George. B. Winston Churchill. C. Clement Attlee. D. Harold Wilson. Answer A. David Lloyd George. David Lloyd George, leader of the Liberal Party, became Prime Minister and is known for introducing significant social welfare reforms in the early 20th century. Question 66. What significant legal principle was established by the Magna Carta in 1215? A. The right to bear arms. B. The establishment of parliamentary democracy. C. The principle of habeas corpus. D. The divine right of kings. Answer C. The principle of habeas corpus. The Magna Carta established the principle of habeas corpus, ensuring that no one could be detained without being charged or tried, which is fundamental to modern legal systems. Question 67. Name the landmark that was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986, known as the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. A. The Tower of London. B. Ironbridge Gorge. C. Stonehenge. D. The Roman Baths. Answer B. Ironbridge Gorge. Ironbridge Gorge was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986, recognized as the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution due to its innovations in iron smelting. Question 68. Who was the first woman to be awarded a Nobel Prize in Physics, and in what year? A. Marie Curie in 1903. B. Dorothy Hodgkin in 1964. C. Rosalind Franklin in 1958. D. Louise Meitner in 1944. Answer A. Marie Curie in 1903. Marie Curie was the first woman to be awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903 for her research on radioactivity, sharing the prize with her husband Pierre Curie and Henri Becquerel. Question 69. What event in 1688 to 1689 resulted in the overthrow of King James II of England? A. The Glorious Revolution. B. The English Civil War. C. The Battle of Hastings. D. The Restoration. Answer A. The Glorious Revolution. The Glorious Revolution in 1688 to 1689 resulted in the overthrow of King James II of England, leading to the ascension of William III and Mary II to the throne. Question 70. Name the peace treaty that ended the First World War from Britain's perspective. A. The Treaty of Versailles. B. The Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. C. The Treaty of Paris. D. The Treaty of Ghent. Answer A. The Treaty of Versailles. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, officially ended the First World War from Britain's perspective, imposing significant reparations and territorial losses on Germany.